from Ascension Wellness, and I am back with Shannon Dawn today.
Hi, everyone. I hope you had a great day. Today's topic is about repairing disagreements.
So I actually really like this topic. So I think that culturally speaking, we tend to shy away from disagreements. We're taught not to rock the boat. We're taught not to make waves and go with the flow and all of these things. And yet that's, the couples that never fight tend to be the ones who end in divorce, or, eventually it's going to explode or implode or go sideways somehow, right? And the couples that do fight, they're constantly letting off steam, first of all, but also they're respecting their own boundaries. They're learning how to respect their partner's boundaries. And the reason I love this topic so much goes even further, because it actually is a great way to rebuild trust if done correctly. And I think that if done correctly is a lot of what we wanted to talk about today.
Yeah, and I think I just want to maybe say there also is a fine line. Like if you're fighting too much or too dirty, as in, super toxic, it's not the greatest thing to be in, right? So there's got to be something to be obviously aware of. But yeah, I think we came up with an acronym, and it's called LATE. And this is something for you guys to think about. It's never too late to make things right. So the L stands for a look at your partner in a kind way, right? We don't want to look like we're scouring at them and scowling maybe at them and being rude. The A is acknowledge what they say, what you say, be conscientious of that. The tone that you use, is it safe, or are you pushing them away? And the effort is the E. What is the effort from here? Okay. Are you guys going to work in harmony or in difference, or is it going to, put yourselves at a new level? What's going on there?
Yeah, I think that is such a powerful acronym to, I mean, you just really laid out a step-by-step plan to argue with emotional intelligence.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's acknowledging and affirming for yourself and for the other person. Both of you will have the opportunity, if you can both practice LATE, then both of you will leave feeling seen and heard, and can reach some sort of agreement and work through it in the effort that you're both willing to put into it.
Yeah, it's never too late. So the goal is to seek connection, right? So to understand, to be happy, to be in love again. How are you going to get back to that? What's your 50%? Right? What's your 50% in this relationship issue? The disagreement is your issue, their issue. But you both have to let it happen, decide what it is and be authentic about it. And you know what? I'm going to suggest, if you really don't know how you look or sound in an argument, and your partner keeps accusing you of something and saying, whatever, maybe record yourselves on video. Check it out, see how you sound, and try not to be too fake about it. Like let it go and see the authenticity of what's really happening. And maybe you'll see things from a different point of view, and you both will grow from it.
That would be a really difficult or really uncomfortable exercise, but so powerful. I think that we would all learn so much about ourselves if we did that.
Yep, exactly. And if anything, maybe you guys will laugh too. Right?
Exactly. Which reminds me of the sage advice that I was just telling you that I got from my father-in-law on my wedding day. Was if you're fighting and you just can't figure it out, and you're just fighting, it's getting more amped up, just get naked.
Exactly.
I've not tried that out, but you know what? I'll just put it out there in case that speaks to anybody.
Anything can work. And that's the thing. Be unconventional. Don't be, typical following, if it doesn't work for you guys, do whatever it takes to make your relationship work. And you never know what that is. So just go for it. If you end up being happy, what's so bad about that?
Right, exactly. If you end up being happy. That's fine. And so,
Yeah.
and to touch back on the repair building, or, the building trust. So we're going to have disagreements. There's no getting around that. We're human. We're going to have disagreements. And so when you were able to hear each other and be there for each other and work through these difficult conversations together,
Yep.
then you come out on the other side feeling more trust with your partner, more trust in the relationship, because, well, there's this rupture and they said in their own ways, I see you, I hear you, we're partnering on this. And it can actually turn into a really beautiful thing. And I've had actually a lot of clients talk to me about that, different arguments they have had with their partners, but then even clients being upset with me. And I don't go anywhere. I stay there and I hear them and we work through it. And it turns out to be a great relationship building, trust building thing that strengthens the relationship. And this works across any relationship. When people feel seen and heard and valued, they're going to trust you more.
Yeah, and that's actually one of the reasons I wrote The Marriage Prescription, which is a book you can find on Amazon. And you know what? It's all about that connectivity and regrouping and figuring out what are the best ways to reconnect. So it's a journal. You ask questions: how to heal yourself, how to heal each other, what's the gaps, what can we do differently. Check it out if it's something you want to explore. But yeah, these are the things that we, right, as coaches, we want to heal everyone in different ways, offering different ways is what I'm saying. Exactly.
There's so many ways to go about it, and exploring all of these different opportunities, these different methods. Even if you find something that works, occasionally continuing to experiment with other things too, because we learn, or we grow, we evolve. And so what works for me today may or may not work for me tomorrow. And so just being open to experimenting and exploring, and that openness, that state of mind to be open and expansive and curious, will also lend you very well in your relationships, especially during disagreements.
Yeah. And if you guys are really stuck in a rut, maybe, join meetup groups, go on a tour, start salsa dancing. I might have mentioned some of this stuff in other videos, but just do something completely different once a week and try to experience each other in a new way. And I think Esther Perel, she said that, when we see our partner standing out of their normal selves, maybe being a leader, like reading poetry or singing a song on stage or whatever that is, we have a new perspective on them. We could admire them from a distance, so just give each other space, but also new activities, and try to see each other with different eyes, and that's it.
I love that. See each other with different eyes, experimenting with new things. First of all, it can be a little scary. It can also be fun. So let it be fun. And, just to add to that a little bit, even if we're talking about some of the things, some of your routines, how can you mix it up so that you're doing it backwards? So for example, I knew a lady who walked every day. And when she was feeling stuck in a rut, she would walk the same path, but in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
And if we all have our morning routines, right? Where, I don't know, you get up and take a shower and then get coffee or whatever the thing might be. Yeah. And so mix up your morning routine and do all the things in the opposite order, because it's forcing your brain out of that rut. It's forcing you to think differently, to perceive things differently, and make different connections.
Yep. And you know what I've even done? I've even said words backwards.
Ooh.
Because I get annoyed, right? So I'll say something and then I think, no, I'm erasing this off the record. But instead of just erasing it off the record of my thoughts, I literally try to pronunciate it backwards. And it kind of does some magic. I'm not sure. You guys can give it a try and see what happens.
Yeah. Yes. And writing with the opposite hand.
Oh, yes.
Like anyone who likes to journal, even if you don't like to journal, just do it anyway. But write something, try to journal with the opposite, the non-dominant hand, because it's forcing your brain to focus so much on writing with the wrong hand that your subconscious is able to just flow.
See, maybe write an apology letter.
Ooh.
Or just a love letter with the opposite hand. And you never know what's going to come out of that, right? Because you're using the opposite side of your brain and, you know, different aspects of yourself. So it might come out really cool and different.
Yes. Okay, I just have to say, we just threw our audience a lot of different things to play with, like a lot. And these are all things that I've done almost all of them. But I have to say, that's the one I'm most excited about. To write a love letter or an apology letter to your partner with the non-dominant hand. Like, I just want to go do that now.
See? And then, yeah, you know, dip your toe in ink. I don't know. Baby toe, I don't know.
But painting instead of finger painting.
Be creative. You know, life's about having fun. We don't all always make it through our relationships, but you know what? It's always worth the effort. At least if it doesn't work out in the end and you guys put in all the efforts, you can say that, you know, we did our best. You did not just flake out and say, I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. You didn't shut down. You continued to try. And that's the most you can do, right? That's all we can do in life.
Exactly. And one last tip that I almost forgot. Shannon and I were talking about solfeggio healing frequencies before filming this video. And so I looked it up, and 639 hertz solfeggio frequency, 639, enables us to connect and balance harmonious interpersonal relationship. I thought that was perfectly fitting for today's episode.
Beautiful. Yes.
So awesome. Next time you're arguing, put on 639 hertz solfeggio frequency.
And zen. We'll see what happens. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for joining. Ladies, gents, we hope you all have a great day. I'm Shannon Dawn from shannondawn.com.
And I am Amy Lloyd from Ascension Wellness. And don't forget to check out the marriage prescription.
Right. Have a good day or night. See you later.